Okay, so it's 7 a.m. the morning after, the night before, and wow, it was blowing last night. Our front gate has been blown over. Can't see any trees down, but these trees were making a hell of a noise last night. It came through Pattaya around about 1 a.m. Woke me up because it was just so much noise. Quite strong wind still. Waves up to a couple of metres. A lot of rubbish strewn along the shore this morning. And we've certainly got more rain on the way. But wow, that was quite a windstorm last night. Welcome to TNT. And even as we're recording this at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's still blowing quite heavily, and we've still got these quite strong fronts of rain coming through. So I had to turn my noise filter on because we've got quite a lot of rain falling on the roof. Anyway, let's get into this big story from last night, which I did a quick TNT extra, but I apologise for the few errors about the location. I got my Ratcha Prasongs mixed up. I mean, I should know the Ratcha Prasong intersection pretty well. I've attended protests there. I went to the Erawan bombing, the Erawan Shrine bombing just the day after, which is right next to the Hyatt Grand Hotel Erawan, which is where this incident happened. This is the way that it's been covered in some of the media. The Guardian saying 6 people found dead in Bangkok luxury hotel in suspected poisoning. Bangkok Post, 6 Vietnamese found dead inside Bangkok hotel. Nation Thailand, 6 people found dead in a hotel in downtown Bangkok. Poisoning is suspected. CNN, 6 people found dead in luxury Thai hotel. Poisoning suspected seems to be the theme. CNN reporting police exploring possible poisoning. ABC in Australia again saying poisoning a possibility. Khao English, 6 foreign bodies found in a famous Bangkok downtown hotel. And going to the Straits Times reporting on this story, it's come from a Reuters story. It's the most recent one I could find. 6 found dead in Bangkok hotel. Thai PM orders probe. And the Prime Minister, Srettha Thavisin, ordered a swift investigation to stem any damage to the tourism sector. I would have thought the most important part of the investigation was to try and find out what happened to these 6 people. 2 of the dead were Americans of Vietnamese descent, 4 were Vietnamese nationals. And the chief investigator of the Metropolitan Police Bureau said from the preliminary examination of the scene, it was assumed they'd been poisoned. He said all 6, before they died, drank coffee or tea. He also said a tour guide was being questioned. Based on preliminary findings, all of them were killed by other people. We need to find out the motives. What we can prove now is that they're not dead from suicide, but from the killing of others. And the food served to the rooms was left uneaten while the cups were empty and the drinks appeared to be consumed. That was according to the Bangkok Post. The police were now searching for 2 Vietnamese nationals who they say were deemed persons of interest. And a police official dismissed earlier reports in the Thai media that the 6 people had been killed in a shooting. He said there's no signs of a shooting. And officers found 3 men and 3 women dead inside a room at the Grand Hyatt Erawan Hotel. All 6 were supposed to check out yesterday and they'd had their bags packed. And just some other quick information, this from the cowsodenglish.com report. Shocking, 6 foreign bodies found in luxury Bangkok downtown hotel, and they listed the 6 people who are deceased, including 2 American citizens of Vietnamese origin and 4 Vietnamese citizens. If any other big revelations come out over the next 24 hours, we'll certainly jump online and pass that information on to you. Heading to Pattaya now on our Wednesday TNT. Police investigate alleged extortion of Chinese tourists in Pattaya. Pattaya police are investigating a video alleging that a group of men posing as police officers extorted 700,000 baht from Chinese tourists on the Pattaya motorway. And a video shared on social media showed 2 Chinese tourists driving a rental car when they were stopped by a group of men in a white SUV. And these men, pretending they were police officers, demanded to see their passports. They then accused the tourists of violating traffic laws and demanded a bribe of 700,000 baht. Now, if you are pulled up by real traffic police, you can allegedly sort things out, but it's going to cost you a lot less than 700,000 baht, maybe 10 or 20,000 baht instead. The video firstly became public after the owner of a rental car business submitted the video to a famous Thai Facebook page, unnamed at this stage, to share their customers' ordeal with social media users. And police are still unable to locate the two tourists depicted in the video. The car rental company involved also has not lodged a formal complaint with the police. And it says up here it happened at 7:30 back on July the 10th. So I suppose the only lesson from this is if you are pulled up by Thai police, just ask for their credentials and make sure they're Thai police. Maybe give the tourist police a call before you start transacting. To a few additional details about the changes to visas and arrivals in Thailand, and this infographic. It's got a few errors. For example, at the top of the page, it includes some of the countries and territories which have been listed for visa on arrival. This is not visa exemption. It's not a tourist visa. This is the visa on arrival. And included in this list, they've got China, India, Russia, and Taiwan. I was thinking, hang on, aren't they on visa exemption? And indeed, when you go to the list of visa exempt countries, you find included China, India, we've got Russia down the bottom there, and Taiwan. So at least one error in this particular infographic. Let's check out some of the other information provided. And speaking about the visa exemption for 60 days, and reading this pink section, nationals of the following 93 countries and territories are entitled to visa exemption for the purpose of tourism, should be a comma there, business engagements or urgent work or ad hoc work for up to 60 days period of stay. Now, if you want to do real work in Thailand, you'd have to have a non-immigrant B visa and a work permit. The ad hoc work would be things like doing your trading online or something like that. And it says it's for an up to 60-day period of stay, and this is important, can be extended for another period not exceeding 30 days. So a lot of people are asking, would they be able to extend the 60-day visa exemption for another 30 days? And the answer, according to this infographic, is yes. An extension of stay, they say, is solely at the discretion of the immigration officer. And then it says before the maximum stay of 90 days, you're eligible to apply for a new type of visa in Thailand. So just connecting the dots here, for example, you could come for 60 days visa exempt, extend for another 30 days, and then during that time you could apply for example, a retirement visa. Okay, let's go to the next one, the Destination Thailand Visa. Some more details here, but I think there are still some questions to be asked. It says you'll be able to apply at a Royal Thai Embassy or a Royal Thai Consul General or the Thai e-visa online. And then it says eligible foreigners would be digital nomads, remote workers or freelancers, participants in activities listed below, or spouse and dependent children of DTV holders. Now, this DTV is going to cost you 10,000 baht. The visa validity is for 5 years with multiple entries. And the period of stay is 180 days per entry. And the one you've all been asking for, and I'm sorry this is a bit opaque, but the extension of stay, which would be through a Thai Immigration Bureau, one time for a period not exceeding 180 days per entry. Then they've got this. After the maximum stay of 180 days, plus 180 days, needs to depart the country and re-enter Thailand with the same DTV visa with the visa validity date. So minimum, you'll be able to get 180 days plus 180 days, and it's going to cost you 10,000 baht. But there's still plenty of questions, and you have to ask yourself, why do they put out these infographics and send them out to the media, and they still have these sort of question marks over everything? And well, earlier on in the infographic, a clear error. With thanks to our sponsors, 5-Star Marine at 5starmarinephuket.com. Just looking outside, I'm sort of betting they won't be going too far today. Also, Beach House Thailand. Now, in both cases, there's links down there in the description if you'd like to find out more about how to get out onto Phang Nga Bay or how to stay at one of the 3 beach houses here on PHANG Beach. You'd be spending a bit of time doing some reading today, I would suggest. Let's go to our next story at the Bangkok Post. And the NBTC suspends 3 million suspicious SIM cards. And they say the holders of the 3 million SIM cards had not verified their identities with their mobile phone operators by a deadline, according to the NBTC's measures to handle alleged fraudster mule accounts. And the 3 million suspended SIM cards put into 2 categories. And the first group were those with between 6 and 100 SIM card numbers who were required to verify their identities between those 2 dates, and that was some 2.1 million SIM cards. And the second group comprised of people with over 100 SIM cards who had to verify their identities by February the 14th, and that included just over 1 million SIM cards. And it says the suspended SIM cards cannot make outgoing calls or use the internet. And then in addition, the NBTC, the Royal Thai Police have jointly cracked down on illegal telecom towers along the country's borders by disconnecting the signals at 465 locations, adjusting the antenna direction of 470 towers, and demolishing antennas at 179 locations. And they're confident the move will be able to disrupt call centre gangs and other forms of tech-based crime. Now, we've spoken about this story a lot in the past about these call centres, these scam online call centres, which have set up on the Myanmar side of the Thai-Myanmar border and basically using the full Thai telecommunications structure. Okay, let's hope that these moves, that seems to be a lot of SIM cards, will help in that endeavour. And with that, hopefully you're a bit more up to date with some of the things happening around Thailand. Please subscribe to the channel so we can keep you informed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.